Very cool when you have two players who have both won the U.S. Open in the final. It's going to be interesting to see how the crowd plays this.
First set, Roger Federer to serve. Play.
This crowd's amped up. There's a good example.
Federer's serve during this U.S. Open has been really remarkable.
Not a lot of pace. That last one, 112. To watch the location off the serve from Federer, and nice little approach shot from Djokovic. Good placement into the corner from his forehand. Gets underneath this ball. Look at the rotation. The follow through up over his left shoulder. And this is where Roger's been serving and volleying. When he has the scoring advantage of 40-30, throws in a nice body serve, comes in behind it, and sticks a volley.
Use.
Here's your opportunity right here early on
Advantage
for Djokovic.
Let for service.
Look where Djokovic had to hit that second serve return. It was up over his shoulders, and he moved 2 steps to his left because of the enormous kick or top spin on that ball.
Advantage Djokovic.
Roger just not look settled on that forehand side. The first thing that goes when you're anxious and nervous is you're not moving your feet, stuck in the cement. Well, excuse me, Mr. Federer, I spoke too soon. But it's much better when you're on the run, when you're nervous, because you have to move your feet. You are forced to get out of the center and then look at all the small adjustment steps and a beautiful follow through to hit that shot. Now, this is the first game, and we've already had so much drama.
2 aces.
Deuce.
An interesting approach. There's Stefan Edberg right there in the middle, the great Swede who's #1 in the world. Really followed in the footsteps of Bjorn Borg and Mats Wilander. Won a ton of Grand Slams and Davis Cups for Sweden.
Let's first service.
So it's Edberg versus Becker.
That's right. Again, from the 80s.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Plenty of adversity already in game 1. Break point number 3. In this US Open, when he's been nudged, he's had the big shots.
Deuce.
But you don't think you're going to need all of them in the first game. Everybody's a little anxious and uptight after a long rain delay. No matter how many times you've been on this stage, it just is unnerving. And that's exactly what the Fed wants. Quick points, easy, unforced error. There's Boris Becker, former #1 in the world. He's been working with Djokovic since 2013.
Game Federer.
His second serve gets him out of the jam.
Boris has added a really interesting element, in my opinion. Being extremely professional, Boris had a team around him really before that started. Brought a
Novak
stringer,
Djokovic
brought a
to serve.
nutritionist, brought a hitting partner, coach, massage therapist. And you see that very same kind of blueprint in the Djokovic camp.
15 love.
Federer's got to work on some timing with the Novak Djokovic serve. He has seen all types of servers in this US Open.
Love. Game Djokovic.
That game took about a minute.
One game over.
I guess when you look at players that are equal like these two, it's going to come down to just a few swing points, right?
It really does, and that's why that first game for Federer was so important. A 1-all situation. Severin Luthi right there next to Roger Federer. He's the Swiss Davis Cup coach. He's on the left. Also coaches Roger, so they kind of work in tandem depending on Edberg's schedule and the tournament demands for Roger.
Love 15.
Roger's mom was there, Severin. Helped his team and his country win Davis Cup. For the first time ever last season, and here's a little hole for Roger Federer. Love 30.
Love 13.
Well, this could be one of those important points. Djokovic jumped around to a huge forehand. Just good. Djokovic takes it. Now he's got 3 break points, 3 more.
Love 14.
There's Novak's wife. They got married in 2014, Elena. Look at how nervous she is sitting in that box.
Thank you. Oh! 15-14.
And that's the all-court play we've been talking about, under pressure, under duress. That serve only 95 miles an hour, but he serves and volleys behind it.
14.
Surprises Djokovic with that attack. And again, quick points.
Didn't Feliciano Lopez give Djokovic a big problem doing that?
Lopez went 4 sets with Djokovic in the quarterfinals.
And a potentially big turn of events.
He's got to be very happy with the way her husband has come out of the gates. Almost would be up 2 breaks. Wasn't for some exciting play from Roger Federer in the first game of the match. And that's what you want to do if you're Roger Federer. Take the ball a little bit earlier, kind of surprise Djokovic with some extraordinary play. Taking time away, putting the ball right on by taking the ball earlier, closer to your baseline.
You don't want that service break to linger, right? You want to get it right back if somehow you can.
Get the momentum back on even terms.
Hope he's okay.
No, he's out. Look at it. He left a lot of his elbow down in that court. Wow. He took a digger there. He was changing directions, and he caught an edge. Watch Djokovic, not after this shot, but right here. Watch him to his, his right foot just went under, and his elbow took all the pressure. Look at his right elbow right there. See, that right foot just never grabs the court.
That's a hard fall. Looks like he's okay. Well, you don't see that very often.
Please.
Reminds me of his coach, Boris Becker, used to dive around the court back, and even his hand got nicked up. What was lost in all of that was the great play from Roger Federer, attacking the second serve return, coming in and hitting that drop volley.
Federer in position to strike right back.
15-14.
You're going to have to pay some attention to those open wounds. So knee, hand, elbow. Luke, I thought he did Federer a real favor on the second hit. He had the whole court pretty much wide open and hit it right to Federer. Go to usopen.org for everything about the US Open, replays, scores, stats, and highlights. And who knows whether that's going to have effect on the match. So we're back on serve.
Love.
Boy, Djokovic just has not been the same since that spill. There's the mark from that slip.
Love.
And Roger seems to be taking advantage of it now. His best service game of the match.
Game Federer.
Serves it out at Love. Djokovic hasn't won a point since the fall. Likely he'll be seeing a trainer during the changeover.
Well, that's a really good start. When you're playing a quick player like a Roger Federer or a Djokovic, it's always good every once in a while just to keep the opponent honest and go behind him. Because most of the time the quick players are racing to recover to the middle of the court.
First service.
Federer way off the court.
Well, he didn't expect the serve to be hit so well. Only 80 miles an hour, but it was the placement that really got Roger Federer. And that's just another wrinkle in Roger Federer's playbook, just trying to run around some returns sometime, get his forehand incorporated as much as possible. And you watch him hit this shot, not the cross court, but this is the down the line winner. This is his favorite backhand where he stays sideways and he extends long and high. Watch the finish. And that gets the length and the precision for the winner.
(40-15).
Djokovic aces himself to a 3-all tie in the opening set.
3 games over. First set.
It's good.
And that's that transition. Any young player, I highly recommend developing this shot. Short hopping with the new strings, you can actually bend the ball and spin it with topspin to bring it back down. It's a beautiful transition forehand. It's tough to do with the old natural gut strings or the synthetic strings. I was talking to Ivan Lendl the other day, the great U.S. Open champion, world #1 and Hall of Famer. And I asked him, what would you do with today's polyester strings? They call them Luxilon, Big Banger. And he said, I could do so much more. I could hit the ball so much harder. And that guy had a lethal game.
He also has an unbelievable memory.
Yes.
Lendl.
Yes. Oh, he blew through the passing shot, doubted himself.
30.
In the sense he was thinking about letting that return go, but rule of thumb in tennis, when in doubt, play it. But he wasn't balancing. Now little opening for the Joker to break.
And once again, this is much later in the set now. Djokovic beats the press.
Boy, he did really respond with a good service game, and then the nice break and the handle, the attack, the press on that last point. Last time Djokovic was up a break earlier in this set, he gave it right back. It is so important for Roger to hit with lots of precision on his serve, first and second, and to be deadly on the forehand. If that forehand is not working, he's in big trouble in these ground stroke exchanges.
I am fascinated by the long rallies, watching two great players get to a point in the point where they can strike.
Let for service. Thirty 15.
That was a strange second serve.
30.
71 miles an hour, almost 10 miles an hour, if not more than his average second serve, which is usually in the high 80s and low 90s.
I bet it's hard for him to hit a ball 70 miles an hour.
He had to come up
Right.
with, yeah. I think he may have mishit it too. There's another one that is so random. He's up a break. He's up in the game 30-15 in a weird double fault. Now this forehand, look at this. He doesn't even play it like near the center of the racket. That's where the sweet spot is. He comes up to this. It catches him high, almost like a bad bounce.
Please.
Now Djokovic has got to be thinking about the saber right now. It's where Roger really has been pressing the attack here in this tournament. There is something wrong with the Djokovic forehand. There was another clunker off of that side. Again, pros are trying to hit the ball right in the middle of the racket. That's the sweet spot. That's where you get your cleanest strike.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Chance to go up 5-3.
Game, Djokovic.
Boy, that was a swing game.
First set.
Djokovic just looked out of sorts from 30-15 on, but he survives it.
Love.
And it drops in.
30 love.
Now here's that approach. It's deep enough, but look at Djokovic does not cover the line. He's just stuck in the middle of the court hoping.
30-15.
Wife Elena is really happy with her husband's performance here. This is the put away backhand, but it was the speed to get to that drop shot.
This is one of those big swing moments. get a break here and then start the second set serving.
So important for Federer right now to take in all the information from this set and all the times they've played. A three-quarter quality serve to get himself going here. Djokovic knows he missed a bunny. He hit a ball for a kill shot right in the middle of the court with the forehand and did not locate it good enough, and Federer was able to retrieve it and win the point. Boy, circle that last point. That set point, Djokovic was in complete control.
One of those Houdini jobs by Roger Federer, but he can't prevent Novak Djokovic from serving for the set.
5 games to 4. First set. Take your seats, please.
Novak Djokovic to serve for the first set. Roger Federer has not lost a set yet in this U.S. Open. Djokovic looks like the better player, doesn't he?
Right now, for sure. I mean, from the return side, there's been some hiccups, but for the most part, Roger just has not clicked on the forehand side with enough consistency. Another forehand miss.
15 unforced errors in 9 games.
Roger's wife Mirka to the right. Stefan Edberg next to her.
40-love. Thank you. Game and first set, Djokovic.
Very effective with his serve. Federer can't do much there, and the first set is in the books. U.S. Open men's final, Novak Djokovic taking the first set 6-4 by his own standard. Federer not sharp at the key times. What do you do, just keep playing?
Well, he's got to make some changes on the forehand side, and that is to hit the ball further out in front of him for more control. He's catching it behind him, so it's sailing long. But he's pressing, he's trying to take the ball earlier. It reminds me a lot of the Wimbledon match where they were close sets, but he was taking too much risk. He really needs to pull back, relax, especially in the ground stroke rallies. See how he's checking out? He's trying to draw Djokovic up to the net. It's almost like he's saying, I can't stay with this guy from the baseline, so I have to create some opportunities by cutting the points off shorter, by drawing him up, maybe taking the forehand earlier. Now that's a 34-year-old athlete trying to get up, and that is a very difficult and awkward stab. Look at this. He sets, this is Federer now, reaches up, and that sky hook that Jimmy Connors made famous. But you notice another trick shot, another drop shot. He's not winning. That's what he needs to do. Again, good, solid ground stroke play to set up short balls, to establish that side of his game. And that's Novak Djokovic's best shot, the backhand down the line. The footwork to get behind the ball and drive it with force creates that error from the Federer forehand.
The crowd seems pretty split, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
40-30. Deuce.
Second double fault for Federer. Just good.
Roger is not looking good right now. This is a winner, but again, plays it too close for a guy who's down a set. Rule of thumb is you play more conservative when you're down, bring in your targets. You play more aggressive when you're up.
Deuce. Advantage Federer. Game, Federer.
Federer finds a way.
Please.
There's the saber right away. That's the game changer. The first one we've seen of the match. And the difference is, watch how when Djokovic looks up, he runs in.
15.
Federer runs in, inside the line. Split step early. Djokovic has to take a little off his first serve so he doesn't have to face a lot of second serves. And that's a shot actually Boris Becker used to use back in his heyday. Does he do it again? He's almost smirking a little bit. because it jumpstarts. The previous point jumpstarts this point, taking it early, and watch this. Stays sideways, extends through the ball.
Maybe the saber was a little bit of a spark.
Isn't that something, how moments can just change the direction of a match? Again, there's a lot of tennis left to be played. But this is the first time Federer's had a true look at a big lead in a set. Decision time for Federer. Is he aggressive here, or does he just play it back nice and deep and start to rally? No, he's aggressive, but the second serve, 104, that's the counter from Djokovic. Move and counter move.
Djokovic battles back. If it was a spark, it was a short-lived one.
Deuce. I'll tell you, the one shot that's been working for Roger Federer is this backhand, because this opens up. This forehand gets the short ball and he drives it deep to the baseline, and Djokovic has no play on it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Deuce. instead of going down the line with the forehand, he goes back door here. Look at this. Short cross court. Djokovic is quick enough to still get it.
He almost fell again.
Right.
Oh, man.
Lethal off of that forehand side.
Yes.
Roger gives him the angle opportunity. He cuts it short. Look at this whip across his body. That's where he gets the torque to hit that big forehand.
Another one of those long games. We had one in the first set that was 7 minutes long.
That was the first game of the match.
He's had a few of those in this match.
Djokovic. Out. Game Djokovic.
Well, that was an important thing to do. Hold serve for Novak Djokovic.
1 game all.
Big missed chance for Roger Federer.
Set.
It's been a very noisy match since the beginning. The crowd had 3 extra hours to do their thing.
It's down in the merchandise area. That's where they're doing their thing. Not much left down there.
Third hello. Fourth hello. Game Federer.
One of Federer's better service games. What is he complaining about? That was a great shot.
Could be the noise. I mean, it's anything unusual. Here's the saber, the short hop, and look at this beautiful toss spin lob. Djokovic clearly emotionally is ready for this attack and is countering.
And it's good. Tell you, he's really trying to force the issue, and it's not working out often enough. He's 9 for 18 now when he's played at the net.
And what's ironic is he's honestly playing some aggressive tennis. I'm talking about Roger Federer. He made 17 unforced errors in the semifinal. That was the entire match. He's at 20 now for a set, and now it's the 4th game. But if I'm Roger Federer, I'm saying to myself, Djokovic got lucky on a couple of those lobs. Those are tough shots. Tough makes.
Djokovic.
But we knew it was going to be a counter puncher versus puncher matchup. Djokovic being the counter puncher.
Second set.
And if you're Djokovic, you keep swinging away, but you have to keep holding serve.
As you fly over this big stadium of over 23,000, usopen.org is the place to find everything about this championship, and you can also shop the US Open store.
Fifteen love.
He's making Roger Federer work so hard on these overheads. Look at that scissor kick. Boy, this is really picked up. I mean, the intensity from the players and the fans.
40 love.
All types of shots being produced. Here's the little stick volley, and then another overhead.
Game Federer.
Strong game from Djokovic is followed by a strong game from Federer. A tight second set after Djokovic took the first.
Just seems like this match has turned into, shifted to another gear. Both players kind of firm in their style of play.
Fifteen love.
There you go. And you see both sides. Who can really get their games going? Whether it's Djokovic with the good precision or it's the power and the way he slashes around the court in Roger Federer's game. And Roger has that 3-2 advantage. He's holding serve, so he has that slight edge and lead. He can do a little bit more, take some more chances. And he's down a set, so he's going to have to. Oh, he let that go. That ball was just passing his backhand volley.
30-15.
Look at Roger right here. The split step, this ball go. Oh, no, that's a good shot. Reminds me of like a Borg McEnroe clash. One guy coming in McEnroe, Borg counter-punching with passing shots.
40-15. Game Djokovic.
So Djokovic holds to make it 3-all. In Federer's mind, this is a must-have set, right?
Absolutely.
New ball space.
So we're getting down to the serious business of the second set.
And this is that pivotal 7th game. And Roger with the new balls now. This ball's going to travel faster, going to help his serve and his aggressive shots. Another slip.
15 love.
But look at the composure from Djokovic after this. He just walks to the next point.
For service.
We didn't see that back in the day. Years ago, that would rattle the guy.
That he got to that ball was amazing.
To me, the key is, does Roger Federer truly believe in his attack? Does he believe in the serve and volley? Does he believe in his saber? Keeping the point short. Because this is the type of game that he has to commit to right now.
40 love. Game, Federer.
Federer takes the game at love. The second set so far much more crisp than the first set. So many celebrities here. Sean Connery, Leo DiCaprio, Bradley Cooper, Jim Caviezel, Christy Brinkley.
Ladies and gentlemen, please try and remain
Manuel
quiet
Santana.
the service motions of the players. Thank you.
Famous Spanish player, really started the Armada back in the day. Won Wimbledon. Classic player, very similar to Roger Federer in his day.
That was a star-studded section right there. David Beckham was in there.
The president's box, yeah.
Love.
There he is.
Game. Djokovic.
You have to figure to whatever level he can manufacture, Djokovic goes after Federer's serve as hard as he possibly can here.
And then on the other hand, Federer is going to give everything he has.
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford used to practice with Pancho Gonzalez at the LATC, the Los Angeles Tennis Club.
Love.
Third double fault of the match for Federer.
Boy, did he need that. A well-placed buck 20 down the tee. Doing too much running. He made a tactical error by running around his backhand and then not hitting a quality shot. That ball went right back down the middle, and then he's on his horse running around.
That forehand took him out of the point.
This is the point. I mean, for Roger Federer,
Thank you.
this is kind of the first nail in his U.S. Open 2015 coffin.
Let for service.
That's a tricky shot in this stadium with the new roof, a little breezy. Look at his hair. We haven't seen much wind in this championship. But he takes his time, doesn't go real close to the line, just wants to make it.
Game, Federer.
Roger Federer holds, and it's 5-4 for him in the second set.
Federer. Let for service. Fifteen love. Love.
I think that runaround cost him again.
It's funny because his backhand's been pretty solid, especially down the line with a couple of winners here and there. Quarterfinals, that's what we saw from Feliciano Lopez. The lefty from Spain was just charging and crashing the net, forcing Djokovic into defensive shots. Does Federer continue to use that play when given the opportunity? That's a design play from Federer. That is not a miss hit. Using the entire court, drawing up the baseliner and Djokovic to an area of the court he doesn't want to be, which is the front court. He likes to go up there on his own terms after an aggressive approach shot. But now here's the opportunity for the 17-time Grand Slam singles champion, Roger Federer.
Unbelievable. He had it on his racket.
Look at how Djokovic understands the moment. How big that was. It was a gift. Christmas come early to Djokovic. This goes right back at him. To the left of the screen, there's nothing but open blue right there. That's open water.
Look at the reaction of the people that can't believe it.
40-30. Please, ladies and gentlemen.
If Federer goes cross court with that high forehand volley, we're set a piece right now. It's amazing how milliseconds can change the complexion.
Yes.
Well, maybe he gets another shot.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Now this is a US Open crowd. I mean, this is great. Both players just unleashing shots.
Use.
Depth, power, placement, everything you want in a shot.
And Federer is going to get another chance.
And Federer is doing this on purpose. After a couple of deep tries, he puts that drop shot in with a little slice that will kick out to Djokovic's right. So it's not an easy shot. Wife Mirka, Coach Stefan Edberg.
Advantage, Federer.
This is the moment.
Thank you. Quiet, please. Thank you.
And that's what great players do.
Use.
Their back is up against the wall and they produce something special.
Another 7-minute game.
Please. Out. Mr. Federer
big
challenged
second
the ball
serve.
on the right baseline. The ball was called out.
Both players have 3 challenges in this set. They go to a tiebreaker. Each one will be awarded an extra.
Call stands. Advantage Djokovic. Mr. Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
Djokovic just can't get out of this game. Roger will not let him off the hook.
Use.
Roger's still looking at that previous second serve from a couple of points ago. And Djokovic looks lost at the net. We've seen it a couple of times. This time Djokovic does not follow his passing shot. He just kind of follows it to the middle of the court.
Coming up on 9 minutes. Federer's third chance at this.
And how does Federer react? He just walks and he knows he missed it, but the forehand has been inconsistent from the start. Wife Mirka cannot believe it. That ball was in the middle of the court, high. He had the wide open cross court.
That was hammer time.
Yeah, yeah. There's his dad chewing his nails.
Literally.
His dad Robert's watched so many matches and is still nerve-wracking as a parent. This is a tug of war between two titans of the game. Federer with 17 singles Grand Slam titles. Djokovic with 9.
A marathon within the marathon.
Use.
And usually this is where Djokovic gets into all of his ball bouncing, into the 8 and 10 bounces before he serves it. Give himself some more time to prepare.
Mr. Djokovic challenged the call on the left serve. The ball was called out. Boston's second serve. Out. Advantage, Djokovic.
Federer can't be happy how he's played
Mr.
this
Djokovic
game, right?
Has 2 challenges remaining.
It's just one of those things where no matter how many titles, it still comes down to how you deal with pressure. And this has been a pressure game for both competitors.
Federer comes to the net, and that changes the point entirely.
But it's the backhand from Federer that continues to amaze. Usually that's the weaker side. But in this entire match, it's been the forehand that's been hit and miss. Usually the reliable weapon.
Advantage Djokovic. Game. Djokovic.
And finally, it ends. And this has tiebreaker written all over it.
I don't know, because look at this. Look at the energy from Djokovic. There's Mary Jo Fernandez,
Second set.
former top 10 player in the world out of the United States. Is actually married to Roger Federer's agent, Tony Godsick. These games have been so close, Al, that that last game was so long. You know, I mean, so many body blows from both sides. How does Federer respond on his own serve? There's Tony Godsick on the far right of the screen. Just a who's who tonight of celebrities and power people in the game of tennis. Oh, he tries it too early, but he's up 15-love. It doesn't kill him.
15.
But the shot selection that's just been magnificent throughout the summer. Remember, up to this point, Roger Federer hasn't lost a set since he's turned 34 earlier this summer. One in Cincinnati in straight sets throughout the entire tournament.
That shot of Roger's wife made it look as though this is the first time she's going through it.
13.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, this is pretty mega.
That's a gutsy lead. Left it, just sailed just past the baseline. And your heart just stops if you're Roger Federer, just hoping you make the right choice.
Federer does his part, and Djokovic will try to create a tiebreaker after this in New York.
Djokovic makes a tactical move to start and play closer to the baseline, which means he's going to dictate to Roger Federer. Roger Federer just hangs in there long enough.
Here we go again.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, Roger Federer needs to attack Djokovic right here. Any short ball, take some second serves and come in. He's not winning a lot of these scramble points, and he's just getting pushed around.
15-all. 15-13.
And the majority of the crowd is cheering Djokovic's mistakes.
Rarely will you see him look up into the box. That last stare was looking up to his box for encouragement and confidence.
15-14.
2 set points if he needs them. I know he's human, but by his own standard, you see Roger Federer do some things in this match you can't believe he did.
Off the forehand side. Off the forehand side. And that's going to be really how this match kind of goes. Will the forehand of Roger Federer come back to life?
Still set point. We're going to need at least 4 sets tonight in New York.
Roger Federer starting out the 3rd set on his serve.
$15-11. $15-all.
Didn't you think Djokovic looked a little tight in that last game?
Well, I think there was a serious battle the last time Djokovic served, and he barely got out of that one. It'll be interesting how much momentum Roger carries from the 2nd set into this 3rd set. And now that's the shot that has to happen. The forehand cross court, the forehand down the line. And there's Boris Becker after a bathroom break himself, sitting in that box in the front row.
Showing some tennis etiquette.
Game Federer.
Now, this is what happened to Novak Djokovic during the U.S. Open. He'd have a great set, even 2 sets, and then he'd get a little flat.
$15-all.
See, there's the saber, and it just causes havoc and chaos. And look at the step. Look at the momentum now. Look at the concern on Boris Becker's face. But look at the pace and tempo from Roger Federer now after winning the second set and really getting a free shot, really a free point. He's just bluffing at this point, and Djokovic gives him an easy backhand air. Does Federer do it again? He's got the game in the pocket. 15-30 second serve.
The second one had to be the winner.
He was trying for an angle around the outside. Not this one, this forehand, but with too much pace, couldn't handle it.
Good.
Djokovic.
Well, Federer really went for it in that game.
1-game-all. Third set. Love 15.
The match has been highlighted by some marathon points and games.
I just get the feeling that Federer just feels a little bit more confident than Djokovic right now. The serve is cooking, the forehand's cooking, the crowd seems to be behind Federer. Djokovic just seems to be out of sorts. You know, button broke on his shirt. He's fallen down. You know, just all these weird things have happened to the guy. And he's in this dogfight with Roger Federer.
40-30.
Four double faults and a mistake-filled match for Roger Federer.
Out. Mr. Federer is challenged to the call on the right near sideline. The ball was called out.
is out.
Deuce. Mr. Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
Ooh.
And just like that, a lead evaporates, and he's in a bit of a bind. Roger Federer, wow. He's coughed up. Some airs.
So much for the confidence. Federer has had numerous points on his racket where he couldn't get the ball to do what he wanted. A really busy sports day in the United States. Baseball season winding down. The National Football League kicks off this weekend. And the U.S. Open. And it's 2 big stars showing off tonight. A double fault adding to the drama. Big shot.
Wow. That's his baby. That's the golden boy driving that thing down the line.
Two hours in and a long way to go.
For service.
Not so fast. This match started 3 hours late, almost exactly, because of rain. This is the one I can't believe he got this over.
And then Roger has to guess. The rotation. Look at the finish. Just covers the ball for the top spin. 76 miles an hour. I mean, just randomly, out of nowhere.
Challenging the call on the right near sideline.
What'd you think?
I thought it was out.
So did I.
And it's a good challenge, but the umpire is honestly right on top of that call. It's right below her to her right.
Goal stance. Advantage Federer.
Chance for Federer to get that break back.
2 challenges remaining. Please.
I will never understand that. We've seen this before. Remember, go to usopen.org to find out everything you want about the US Open. Plus, you can go to the US Open store at usopen.org. 2-all.
Let's for service. Love.
It's been a while since we saw one of those.
30 love.
He's got that serve clicking now.
But it's just moments, you know what I mean? It's been so hot and cold throughout this match. And even Djokovic struggling. Game duration, 50 seconds, thank you. After these 7 and 8 minute marathon games.
That one was less than a minute.
Federer leads 3 games to 2, third sets. 1 settle.
Second serves one, edge Djokovic.
See, there's your combination if you're Roger Federer, staying closer to that baseline, take the ball early, and get kind of into a slugfest with Djokovic. You have the scoring advantage up 3-2. Even though you're on serve, it's still scoreboard pressure on Djokovic. You can take some swings if you're Federer.
Fault.
There's that double fault, and there's the saber. Again, footsteps. You hear this all the time. When you're not looking and you're watching the ball, you sense and feel and sometimes even hear your opponent making moves. And that's the advantage of the saber.
30 all.
Little breeze blowing down there on Arthur Ashe Stadium court.
Really the first time this tournament.
Federer mishits the backhand. 40-30.
40-30.
It's interesting. Total winners for Djokovic, 23, 25 unforced errors. Federer, 32 winners, 34 unforced errors.
Explains the choppy match that we're watching. Well, Federer loses this set. That was a golden opportunity, having a lead early on in this game and just let it evaporate. And now pressure, in my opinion, goes back on Federer to hold serve. Keep his end of the bargain up.
It was love 30 and Djokovic found a way.
Federer thought he was done with the point. He started turning around. Watch this. Right here, Federer thinks the point's over. He starts kind of walking back and has to regroup and come back to the point. Now this is the one that goes cross court.
Oops.
Around the outside of the ball for the angle.
Second serve. I think everyone in the building thought Federer was going cross court there. Except him.
30 40-love.
Well, if you like drama, this is your match, because you can't get a feel or a pulse of who's going to take charge here. Both players playing sloppy, more errors than winners.
Game
Federer holds at love, putting the pressure back on Djokovic. Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. Federer's won just 6 more points than Djokovic, but Djokovic took the first set. Federer took the second with a stunning reversal near the end of it.
love. Love.
Some good shooting from Djokovic. Pushing Federer side to side with very good placement. Starts with the serve out wide. Djokovic could use a nice, easy hold here just to get out of a bad patch and get himself some type of confidence.
And Federer's not done yet in this game.
40-15.
And all of a sudden, an easy situation turns into a
40-13.
kind of a troublesome situation for Djokovic. We saw that with Federer earlier in this set. Blew a 40-15 lead and ended up losing the game on his serve.
We have a situation. Break here and then serve for the set.
Bad footwork from Djokovic. After he serves, he's not prepared for the return.
This is what happened at the end of the second set.
Djokovic needs to take a lot of time right here. He is walking right into a breakpoint opportunity, and he can't seem to find the strings.
Shot like that certainly typifies the match.
And to me, it just shows you how important it is, these guys. The tension, the anxiety, the pressure.
Got a ways to go, Robert. Crowd's got to keep better track of things.
Advantage, Federer.
What a huge point. Djokovic defending, and finally getting an opportunity to hit that winner.
I tell you, that stare from Boris Becker would make me play better.
Another marathon game.
His face says it all. Djokovic finds a way to hold, but what a huge opportunity lost for Roger Federer.
4 games all, third set.
And this is where Djokovic's return has usually started to really pay off for him. In these runs, I mean, where he wins the Australian Open in 2015, finals of the French, wins Wimbledon over Roger Federer. That's his best side of the ball. Neutralizing, if this one goes long, neutralizing the big servers, putting the ball back in play, using his quickness. I mean, is any lead safe? Can anyone just, get up 30-love, 40, and just close out the game?
Momentum goes like a tennis ball, back and forth, back and forth.
And they're having to deal with the crowd who's getting a little, remember, this match was supposed to start at 4 o'clock. It didn't start till around 7. 3 hours of these fans just waiting for this match. Players dealing with, rowdy fans screaming out in the middle of the point while the players are starting to serve. Another element of playing in New York.
Well done by Djokovic.
This is a huge point for Federer. Look at that. Just, he cannot get the ball past Djokovic. And when was the last time we saw Federer serve and volley? That was the thing that was so devastating in the semis.
Federer should have won that point.
Advantage Federer.
Eighth ace. No margin of error at all on that shot. Yikes.
Advantage Djokovic.
Out. Use your head. 5-4. Djokovic can now serve for the second set.
But again, this whole match has been so bizarre. There's so many unforced errors by both players. And it's like move and counter move. Every one of these players is like anytime they're down, they come up with something, but they can't sustain a lead. Wow. It's a huge miss. One of the few approach shots from Federer today where he was more measured, where he's more precise. Really took his time on that forehand and drove it down cross court. Opportunity once again for the Fed. That's in. That was way in. That is shocking. Oh, if she gets in the way of this, I hope she's right. Because if she gets in the way of that rally, how big that was. Oh, she's right. Good for her. That is a gutsy call.
deuce.
Advantage, Djokovic.
That expression says it all. Once again, missed opportunities for Roger Federer. Novak Djokovic up 2-1. Novak Djokovic won 2 of the 3 Grand Slams of the year. This could make it 3 out of 4 and confirm his #1 spot. Nothing easy about the 4th set, though. Federer to serve.
Love 15.
Now it's the U.S. Open final. There's tension, no doubt about it, but this has not been a classic.
43 unforced errors for the mat for Roger Federer, 39 winners. It's the same on the Djokovic side, 31 errors, 28 winners. And if you're Roger Federer, you're saying to yourself, why can't I do this on a consistent basis? This is my typical game. I'm not trying to do anything out of my comfort zone, but I can't seem to be able to rely on my tennis this way.
Not the way that Federer wanted to start this set.
30-14.
And a very tantalizing chance for Novak Djokovic. That is just hard to believe.
That's a routine shot for Roger Federer, that inside out. Off the short hop.
Now can Djokovic back up the break?
for service.
She knows what she's doing. That is one of his best shots of the match.
Lovely.
It would be just like this match for him to break right back again. You like that play?
15.
Well, he had the scoring advantage at love 15. He's been scoring some drop shot victories, but
Djokovic gets to everything.
I don't know what Roger's doing. I mean, he's probing, he's searching for answers. He's got to. Roger Federer's got to find his forehand. He's got to put some more topspin on it, which means safety. Maybe go to a tighter strung racket, which means more control.
And we have consolidation after the review.
Goal stands. James Djokovic, new balls, please.
Okay, this is your time now for Roger Federer. You got new balls, which means you'll serve a little bit quicker. And you've got to stay within arm's reach of Djokovic. You go down 2 breaks.
Has 2 challenges remaining.
And 2 sets to 1. This is going to be big trouble for the number 2 seed Roger Federer.
Well, that time the drop was the right play. Still 2-1 Djokovic in the fourth.
2 games to 1 fourth.
And 2 sets to 1. That was an odd return. It's a little worrisome what she has seen tonight. Think about it, 3 for 17 on break points for a guy who's usually so clutch. Just a little bit better in the match would have been so different. Djokovic has it. 3-1.
And now for Federer, his main goal is not the set, not the match, but this game. He has got to remain within reach of Djokovic. Keep on holding.
Only 103 miles an hour, but with a ton of spin.
When was the last time we saw him do that? And that was supposed to be one of the big weapons in his offense, that serve and volley.
Out. Mr. Djokovic is heading to the call on the left baseline. The ball was called out.
Djokovic looked right at Federer to see if Federer was going to give him any kind of tips or, you know, show his hand. With the body language.
Call stands.
It's out.
4-11. Mr. Djokovic has 2 challenges remaining. Game Federer.
Roger Federer has to get that break back.
The one thing about our sport, you can't run out of clock. Federer has to make Djokovic serve it out, play it out, knock him out. So if you're Federer, you're just kind of like hanging around, hoping Djokovic just makes a couple of mistakes.
Like that.
Yeah, scoreboard pressure, where Djokovic starts thinking about the finish line instead of the next swing or the current point. I have to give to Djokovic. I mean, listen, that's 15-30. You've got to hit a clutch passing shot.
30.
And Roger Federer is all over the net. Here's your moment. 23,000 fans in the stands. They know it.
30-40.
Sounds like Davis Cup.
Thank you. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please.
Unbelievable. You rarely see him talking to himself.
There was a backhand in that rally. He hit nothing but frame. Didn't hit one string.
Sean Connery's a little chilly. No challenge from Federer.
Advantage, Djokovic. Game Djokovic.
Well, Fed can't say he hasn't had his chances in this match.
this has been a lot closer than the Wimbledon final over the summer. And there's Roger's dad, Robert.
15-love.
But again, the concern for Roger right now is just holding serve.
30-love.
Sometimes this is the best thing for a player because you don't get away with thinking too far ahead. What if I lose this tournament, lose this set, lose this match? You're just trying to stay relatives, trying to stay close.
Well, now there's a lot of pressure.
30-all.
All 4 Grand Slam finals in 1 year. Only 3 men have done it. Rod Laver and these 2.
Thing is, if he holds this point right here, you know, he's right there with Djokovic. I mean, he's been just knocking at the door. And if he can just change a couple of forehands here and there, he can get this set back. What an electrifying point from both players. Here's the drop volley. Roger, at 34 years old, tracks this down, but does not get back fast enough for the overhead.
Should maybe let that ball bounce. Everybody in the building knows how big this is.
Almost feels like death point.
Yep. 53 unforced errors.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Game Djokovic.
It's good. And Novak Djokovic is 1 service hold away from another U.S. Open title. He is serving for the 2015 U.S. Open Championship. Well, it sounds like plenty of people are cheering for him now.
15-love.
And this is what Roger's thinking.
15 all, just concentrate on a break. If I break, I hold, then I put more scoreboard pressure on. If Roger Federer's gonna pull out this saber play at this point in the match of the tournament of his 2015 season, where was that in the bigger moments? Where was that when it was closer?
And Roger Federer rises to the potential occasion of facing elimination.
Thank you. Please.
We got a ball game. We've got a ball game.
And I was thinking this could end in 30 seconds or we could be here for another hour. So that keeps hope alive, but he needs another one.
But to put that scoreboard pressure on the shoulders of Djokovic, Federer's got to hold here. Play a smart game. Tight game, explosive game. Then he can take that momentum. The toughest position right now is Djokovic with so much on the line. 2 breaks, almost an automatic victory in men's tennis. Where the serve is the dominant shot, except for a couple players, Serena, Venus, Sharapova. The return is the dominant shot on the women's side of the tour. And look how easy that was. And I'll say to you, Al, where was that? Where was that simple serve and volley play?
You're the expert.
He just abandoned it in the middle of this match. And suddenly, with almost nothing to lose, the great Roger Federer comes alive.
40-15.
If he wins this point, this crowd will go nuts.
Wow. Everything about this says U.S. Open. The atmosphere, the noise, the drama, the pressure. 4 points away. Big first serve.
Nothing flashy, just fundamental.
15 love.
It's so important for Djokovic when you get up to that short ball with all that underspin on it from the slice backhand to not rush. Don't force it. The wives are breathing hard. The fans are into it.
Oh, how big of a challenge is this? He was right there. And the ball was? Hang on.
15-30.
I'm nervous and I have nothing to do with it.
Please.
Second serve is massive.
Federer!
The return was a complete shank. Was a complete shank. And then the pass is perfect.
15-14.
And he doesn't have one break point, he's got two.
Let's for service. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please.
It's New York crowd, you just got to deal with it. You just play.
Federer jumped around again.
But it was a big second, 92 miles an hour placed right in that corner.
Use.
Federer's not done yet.
4 for 22 with breakpoint opportunities is Roger Federer. And this is the biggest one of the night. This is it.
He can erase a lot of the bad feelings that stat could give you by getting this point.
Four for 23.
Use.
So championship point.
Advantage, Djokovic. Game set on match Djokovic. 3 sets to 1. 6-4, 5-7, 6-4, 6-4.
Grand Slam number 10. And appropriately, it ends on an unforced error.
It was not easy.
Oh, you don't see this very often. I remember when Andy Roddick went up into the crowd. Such a unique sight.